Porn stars of Reddit, what do your parents think about your job? Not the same, but in the past I spent a lot of time in Bangkok, and I met a lot of bar girls, basically hookers who work out of bars. Most of them come from smaller towns or villages outside of the city, and most of them send money back home. The villages are usually very poor, so the money you can make in Bangkok is much more than they can make back home. From what I was told, almost all of them are on a don't ask, don't tell policy with their families. Your daughter goes off to the big city and big checks start rolling in every month. Take the money, don't ask where it came from. Bangkok is a surprisingly appropriate name. I have never heard that joke before in my life. Not a porn star, but my uncle is. He's retired now, 800 movies later. Doesn't bother me, but it sure boosted my popularity in high school when people found out. He, on the other hand, currently installs cable, and while my family thinks it's the better career, no one stops to think about the fact that he has been a cable installer many times at his previous job. My 24-year-old cousin is a porn star. She was disowned faster than Usain Bolt's 100-meter dash. Edit. I saw her video once and wanted to bleach my eyes. How many times have you watched her videos? 2 hours later and no reply. I think we all know the answer. Probably rubbed one out after posting this and then fell asleep lol. Edit. I like to think that he has been at work and hasn't checked Reddit, and then in a few hours gets on and is horrified by all of these comments lol. My mom doesn't know, I don't think. She's gotten confused before by packages addressed to my porn name though, so it's literally a Google search away. Wait. So you do this and still live with your mom? Well, how else would a porn star make money? It's all about that step family / brother / sister dynamic. On a serious note, I briefly dated a porn star. I had no idea and she didn't tell me that she used to do porn when we met. About 3 weeks into our fling, I brought her to meet my family at my sister's rehearsal dinner. My brother instantly knew who she was, and was super excited. We went out for a smoke and him and my dad were looking at photos of her on a phone. They were flipping out with glee and I for some reason felt sick to my stomach. She was a really fun gal, and I kind of regret cutting it off. She was done with the business, but I made a mistake of watching one of her videos and seeing her get plowed by 3 dudes at once and couldn't look at her the same anymore. But now I'm older and could look past all that if given another shot. Kind of an asshole move from your father and brother. My parents tried to have me committed to a hospital. I'm not crazy. Did you just want a Pepsi? Edit. Thank you for my first gold and silver. Glad to see so many got the reference. When I read the title and I saw it was missing the serious tag, I already knew the comments would be a disaster. At least it's not all about beans. Beans, you say? Tell more. I found from my extensive research that step-parents and siblings are overwhelmingly supportive. I guess they watch all of them. Sometimes they take part too. Why don't you just live stream on Twitch like all the other girls? You get 10 times more money and you don't even need to have sex. So I can tell a lot of people aren't really actors / actresses just by reading the comments. It was a shocker at first, but it did take time, and just like anything else, they eventually got used to it. It's kind of now like the family joke, and I do get teased a lot, but it's what I do for a living. Try having your mom or dad see you perform a buckache. Can I ask why your family chose to watch the video? Like, I'm not judging. I'm just curious. Right? I'm an accountant. I don't send my parents Excel spreadsheets to look over. Now if you look at this pivot table, you'll see the trend of my company's dividends has actually been putting out a significant increase year over year. Son, this is just a picture of your dick. Oh fuck, I forgot I wasn't actually an accountant and that's just what I've been telling you for years. I think this is gonna get buried, but one of my old friends has 2 sisters who got into porn / camming / sexy time modeling. Their mother was always super supportive, no matter what they went into, although I would imagine I heard very little of the conversations considering I was 12 to 14. I'm not sure about their father or fathers, since I never met them. They actually just pulled their porn money and bought a restaurant together. I'd imagine being an online fan and walking in to see them making food on a normal day would be a bit of a shock. Not a porn star, but was a cam girl for years and still make content occasionally, but my fiercely feminist mother is not thrilled and used to more often call me a slut or say what I did/do is slutty, used to hurt my feelings. But, oh well. Wow, she's really empowering women right there. A lot of vocal feminists are anti-porn. Pretty much if you use your body to make money, just don't tell any feminists, because they're going to act like you're selling their body. Not a porn star, but my parents are still heavily disappointed in me. Edit. Thank you all kind people of Reddit for all of your support. I may be a disappointment to my parents, but I'm loved here. Even though my dad told me that the life of a crackhead is better than mine. Poor kid. Poor star. They don't like it at all. They are continuously criticizing my work, saying stuff like what you do is wrong, or you are not a porn star, you just record yourself jerking off, or no one in the church wanted to watch that video, but you gotta do what you love, right? There's basically a 1:10 ratio of answers and just random stuff in the comments. And you just helped make it 1:11. Maybe that's my parents' opinion on my Pornhub comments. Didn't know there were porn stars on Reddit. You haven't seen half of it. There are so many not safe for work subs. How to get around that pesky pop-up NSFW. I believe a common practice is to have a furry porn alternate account. I just use my main for porn under alt account for normal browsing. Should have titled this Sex Workers of Reddit. What do your parents think about what you do? Porn star just limits this too much with where a majority of the people are these days. Camming and girls doing private snaps is 100 times the size of mainstream porn. My mother doesn't care too much about it, but of course she isn't going to be honest with any of her friends about what it is I do. My father doesn't know, and I honestly don't want to tell him. He's big into Christianity. I don't foresee it going well. Not porn star, but Playboy type model. I mentioned to my parents that I wanted to try Playboy because I'm really confident in myself and seems something I'd do, even though there are gays and nudes and that such. They are actually really supportive and said if I wanted to go for it then they would be happy, as long as I'm not making videos and just modeling, they're cool with it, so I guess I'm in the clear. They're always happy to get involved. One of my favorite scenes was one I shot with my mother. Alabama, 100, Hotel, Trivago. I'm not a porn star, but pretty sure I'm getting disowned. That's hot. My parents are cool with it. I do have a respectable job, or 3, as well, and I think they'd struggle with it more if I didn't. They've always taken an approach of we might not understand what you do in your life, but if you are safe and happy, then that's okay. One thing that is really positive is that they've been able to reconsider a lot of their assumptions about the industry and people who work in it. They know quite how much work it is and recognize the skills that go into being successful. They also support the activism I do from the sidelines. I'm not a porn star, but someday an auto AI bot will auto delete any AskReddit submission that begins with I'm not a topic, but good. That needs to happen. But sometimes those answers can be really good though. Not a porn star, have never watched porn, have never seen another person naked, but I've eaten at Arby's, which is basically the same thing, right? They were happy to help film. Supporting your child taken to the next level. You're doing amazing, sweetie. But put your back into it. That cock isn't going to fuck itself. Also make sure to swallow his cum. No one like a sloppy Sally. Now give your brother a kiss. On the cheek, of course. We are not heathens. It's got its ins and outs. Mostly in. Not a porn star, but I'm pretty excited about some waffles I'm potentially about to eat. Are they blue? Cause I hope not. Well, as someone with a blue house and blue windows, that's the ideal color. What is Reddit hoping for? I asked my dad to my first professional shoot and he came hard. Double meaning. I hope that was intentional. My mother hated it when I did it. She refused to even let me talk about the job around her. But she loved the money it brought in. I'm supporting the two of us. I'm thinking about going back because the money was so good, even though the work was soul crushing and, I suspect, gave me some mild PTSD. I still can't say thank you, sir, to a stranger without getting bad flashbacks. That's how I'd see majority of people relating to it that have done similar work. Just, most people with mild PTSD probably don't wanna share that story. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Reddit videos. Click on the bell to get notified when we post more new content.